What's the harshest way you found out your family never really trusted you? When I was 24, I got arrested for something I didn't even do. The charge was possession with intent, because I happened to be in the passenger seat of my friend Tyler's car when he got pulled over. The cops found a bag under his seat. I didn't even know it was there, but because it was within arm's reach of me, they hauled both of us in. I figured it'd be cleared up quickly once Tyler admitted it was his, but the terrifying part was what happened after my parents found out. I made bail that night thanks to my own savings, but when I came home, the atmosphere was ice cold. My mom wouldn't look at me. My dad sat at the kitchen table, arms crossed, and said, "We always suspected this day would come." That sentence hit me harder than the arrest itself. Always suspected? I'd never so much as smoked a cigarette. I'd been the reliable kid, decent grades, steady job at the hardware store, never stayed out past curfew even in high school, but apparently none of that mattered. Instead of asking for my side, they launched into a lecture about how disappointed they were, how I was throwing away my life. My mom even pulled out old evidence, like the time $20 bills went missing from her purse when I was 16. I'd sworn back then I didn't take it, and she'd pretended to believe me, but now she said, "We should have known." My dad brought up how sometimes I seemed edgy after work, as if being tired from 8-hour shifts meant I was high. For days, they treated me like a criminal in my own house. They hid their wallets, kept the liquor cabinet locked, even started counting the painkillers in the bathroom. My little sister wouldn't leave me alone in her room because mom told her it wasn't safe. Every time I tried to explain, they cut me off with lines like, "The court will decide." Meanwhile, Tyler kept his mouth shut. His lawyer told him admitting ownership would make the charge stick harder on him, so his strategy was to keep quiet and hope for a deal. That left me dangling. I'll never forget the lowest point. Thanksgiving dinner at my aunt's. My uncle cracked a joke about keeping the mashed potatoes away from the felon. The whole table laughed except me. My mom gave this tight little smile, like she didn't want to admit it was too close to home. That night, I went back to my room and punched the wall until my knuckles bled. Months dragged on. I worked double shifts to pay my lawyer, who believed me but warned me not to expect miracles. Every court date was a coin toss of whether Tyler would finally man up. He never did. Then, 6 months later, the DA's office dropped the charges against me. Insufficient evidence, they said. No apology, no explanation, just a flat dismissal. Tyler eventually took a plea for a lesser offense. I walked free, technically innocent, but it didn't feel that way. When I came home with the paperwork, my mom cried and hugged me, saying, "Thank God it's over." My dad just nodded, like I'd passed some kind of test. I asked them, "Do you actually believe me now?" They went quiet. Mom said, "We're just glad you're safe." Dad muttered something about trust has to be rebuilt. Rebuilt? They'd never trusted me in the first place. That was the crack I couldn't ignore. 2 weeks later, I moved out. I found a tiny one-bedroom apartment and started over. It wasn't much, peeling paint, leaky faucet, but at least it was mine. For the first time, I felt like I could breathe without someone watching me suspiciously. It's been 4 years since then. My parents still invite me to family dinners, but things aren't the same. I show up out of obligation, not love. Every smile feels rehearsed. Every "we're proud of you" feels like a band-aid over a scar they gave me. The irony? My little sister, the golden child, got caught shoplifting makeup last year. Mom called me crying, begging me to talk to the store manager I knew through work to keep it off her record. I helped, because she's my sister. But inside, I wanted to scream. Where was this faith when I needed it? I wasn't angry about the arrest anymore. I was angry that my own family chose to believe the worst of me without hesitation, and no court can dismiss that verdict.